This is Steve Faktor, and we have to talk about the McFuture. It's now years after the recession. Unemployment is at record lows, stocks are at record highs, and many of us are at record widths. We float in this infinity pool of Nutella, Netflix, and nip slips, things that would make Caesar blush. We can learn any skill, order any product, communicate with, or pleasure ourselves to just about anyone on earth. We can freaking fly to Florida for $300. Everyone with Ponce de Leon died trying to get to Florida. Even rich people aren't the demons they used to be. They used to hire goons to beat the crap out of us at factory riots. Now they're beating themselves up in yoga and Zumba and therapy. Half of them are on TV showing us their freshly implanted boobs and approximately where to go to take them hostage and steal all their stuff. But we don't. So I guess this must be paradise. But if this is paradise, why are the two presidential candidates with the most militant minions trying to give America this extreme makeover? One of them wants to build a Euro Disney with the help of a generous single payer, somebody else, and the other wants to make us great again, referencing some unknowable era. Is it when the Dukes of Hazzard was on TV? When farm work was seriously discounted? When I had hair? Whichever it is, you fill in the blank, then paint yourself orange, because great deals are on the way. Why are so many suddenly so eager to be saved by a suddenly competent government, or from Mexicans, Syrians, and Chinese who've been plotting to destroy America with dreams of a better life? And it's not just the US, the Middle East, Europe, South America. Extremism is replacing moderation like it's some bad Folgers Crystals ad. Everyone's itching, but no one knows why or how to scratch it. I think there's a simple-ish answer to it. We're going through this massive global puberty. That's right, puberty. Everything from Trumpism to terrorism to hashtag heroism. They're just freshly sprouted zits and pubes. They're part of this huge transition we're just not prepared for, psychologically, politically, or professionally. Just like puberty bestows this adult body on a child, technology gives us these unwieldy powers. Imagine if there was a baby Superman and he really did crash land on Earth. That little alien critter would trigger a genocide and a thermonuclear explosion before his first diaper change. Consider things like Arab Spring, Perestroika, and the Venezuela shit show. The minute people leave one abusive tyrant, they immediately flock to a shittier one. It's like if Rihanna broke up with Chris Brown to date OJ. Democracy is this powerful force, but it demands people who are informed, who yearn for it, who fight for it. But if the people aren't ready, it just doesn't work. Same thing goes for the internet and all of its deadly spawn. If this was the year 1692, and I happen to casually mention over lunch that I can predict the weather, capture any image, and talk to anyone in China, I'd be burned as a witch. But we're not witches, at least most of us. By any historical measure, we are gods. No, we are confused, indestructible alien god babies. We possess these powers we can barely fathom, much less master, and they're rewiring our brains, reshaping our bodies, molding our behaviors. When you live in this world full of colon cleanses officially sanctioned by Gwyneth Paltrow, everyone starts to feel like greatness is within reach, even for our colons. It's right there, but few of us have any clue how to seize it or even what to want. And the ones we ridicule, the Kardashians and Silicone Housewives and Silicon Valley bros, they're the ones who seem best adapted to rule this new world. And some of them accept their Instagrammies with a smile, but others unlock these new levels of discontent or addiction or loneliness. Some of the most successful people I know are fighting some of life's biggest demons and losing. These growing pains are foreshadowing some massive changes that are coming. Does anyone believe that in 50 years we'll still have millions without health care when 80% of it can be done with what's already in our pants? I mean our pockets. I mean our phones. Or that we'll be propping up these shady, horny oil sheiks while illuminated by all this free energy. Or that truck drivers are still going to be doing 16-hour shifts, struggling not to sideswipe America's greatest resource, the stars of 30 Rock. Or that there will still be millions staring at computer screens to earn a living. Think about how ridiculous that is, staring at a computer screen to earn a living for 8 hours a day. Of course not. In 50 years, doing that will seem as ridiculous as getting into a car, driving to a strip mall to rent a movie. But there's still something missing. On one side, there's this world we're in that we kind of sort of understand. And then on the other side is this amazing future with self-driving cars, leaps in life expectancy, robot babes you can shag without electrocuting yourself. All the bullshit that futurists talk about. But what about this uncomfortable middle ground? How do we get past this weird, long, awkward phase and get to that abundant utopia? How do we get to iPhone 973? That's what I spent the last 4 years researching. I studied startup founders, executives, endurance athletes, volunteers, I'm running out of fingers, fast food delivery guys. I even took a fresh look at what economics has to offer, from universal basic income to minimum wage hikes to Bernienomics. I even reevaluated my faith in tech and innovation where my bagels are smeared. But my most surprising and I think important findings came from mining the happiness industry. Yeah, there's such a thing as the happiness industry. Self-help, meditation, medication, apps, office jungle gyms, yoga pants. But the harder I squeezed the Lululemon, the more I soured on this shiny, superficial bullshit that we're being fed. It's like feeding the hungry an all M&M's diet, or like building a whole religion using nothing but inspirational Facebook quotes. Without really ever expecting to write another book or do a podcast or these videos, I guess I've been dripping clues to what I think this future might be in articles like Happiness Will Not Be Downloaded, Economics of Happiness, Prosperity Paradox, Profiting from the Death of Masculinity. But there's so much more. Each day I try to inch a little bit closer to what that truth might be, to what life after puberty might look like and what we should do about it. So welcome to this, the journey. I promise the payoff will be worth it. It's the first time I'm actually creating things that legitimately scare the shit out of me. Not only are these ideas a little bit scandalous and subversive, but they're kind of setting fire to this safe corporate persona I've been manufacturing. I've spent a very long time hiding behind other people's brands, whether it's Forbes or Harvard Business Review or LinkedIn Influencer or the companies I've worked for, even my own company. For better or worse, I'm rocketing out of the closet with mascara and assless chaps, ready for judgment. So join me on this little redemption ride towards purpose. We're going to piece together the McFuture, why we're here, what it means, and where we're going. Also sign up for the mailing list, podcast, and the McFuture Facebook group. There, I'm going to try to build a community with real relationships, not just around my ideas, but yours as well. And along the way, I think we'll have plenty of laughs. See you there.